Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. For today's project we will be using Sweet Magic paper pad. I think this one is just beautiful. It has beautiful colors. So I already chose some of them for the project. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be using all of them, but I will be using this collection. As you can see, it has a lot of beautiful papers. And of course, the papers that I already took out. I will also use paper from another collection. And this paper came from my special papers. I bought this one in Joann Fabrics. I don't know if it's available or not. I know that some of you did manage to get it. So this is, as you can see, very thick box. So it has a lot of papers in it. So I also pick the ones that I really like for this project. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of it or not, but this will give me some option to work with. Okay. So I will also use cardstock. And this one is, this is not really pink. This is more like a peach color. And we will use chipboard. We will use 2 pieces, 8.5 by 6.5. And for the spine, we will use 1/2 inch by 8.5. To cover the outside, I will use this cardstock. And I will not trim this. We will just glue it together just like this. Just a small strip of glue. Let's make sure we line this up nice and straight. Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna need to glue, I think, another sheet of paper, because as you can see, this glue joint is way too close to the spine and we don't want to do that. So we're gonna position this first chipboard right here where the glue joint is. We're gonna position this, and this is gonna be the third piece. So let's glue another one. And I guess it would be easier if we had paper 12 by 12. I just don't have solid one, so I'm gonna use this. So now, when we position this, we have to pay attention to those two joints because we want them further away from the spine. So we're gonna position this just like that, and we will glue it. Okay, now the spine. The space in between the chipboard, it's approximately 1/8 of an inch right here. Okay, so now we will trim off the excess of the paper, leaving approximately 1 inch on each side. So I'm just using my cutting knife. So now we will score all around. So we will fold. We will crease it right here to get this beautiful finish. Okay. And we will miter the corners. Small angle, leave a little bit of that cardstock right on the corner to make sure when we wrap it, we don't see the chipboard. So now we can apply the glue. Make sure that this is all stuck, nothing is lifting. Okay. Knitting. I did cut off the tip a little bit because not enough glue is coming out. Okay. And we got the last side left. Okay. If you think that the corners are a little bit too pointy, you can always kind of round them down a little bit. Okay. So now we will stretch the paper right here in between the chipboard. Don't push it too hard, just work it because you don't want to cut this paper. You just want to stretch it a little bit. And here is our cover. So now we will decorate the inside of it. For the inside, I chose this paper, something light, because it's gonna give us nice contrast with the darker colors we will use. So now we will pre-cut this to size. So we will need paper 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we need 2 pieces. Six and a quarter by 8 1/4. Now we will also need 1 piece, approximately a little bit less than 1/2 inch, and I will trim this a little bit. Okay, a little bit less than 1/2 inch. That will be for the spine. So the height also 8 1/4. And from the leftover cardstock, we will cut piece 8 inches by 2 3/4. So with this piece, we will cover the spine. And you position this approximately on the middle, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to make that crease where the spine is. Again, I'm trying to stretch that paper, not to cut it, but just stretch it. All right, just like that. So now pay attention, because for example mine, it's opening up right here at the edge. So just squish a little bit more glue, squeeze a little bit more glue in there, because you do want to make sure that this is all nicely stuck. Okay, so now you can fold this over and work this spine a little bit, just like that. So now we do have the cover. We will place the papers right here, and this is going to be the lining of the inside. Okay, you should have approximately 1/8 of an inch border all around. Just make sure everything adheres. And we will cover the spine. You see something is opening up in here. So as you can see, we can put just a little bit of glue. All right. So we got the inside cover. For the outside, I have those two papers. And I think I will use this one. And maybe this for the back, we'll see. So now I need I believe this is 6.5. Where's my ruler? Yes, that's 6.5. So I will cut this to 6.25 by 8.25. And I want this to be the front. So let's just find that spine, so it's easier for us to determine where to place this. And you know, before we place this, we will close this with the ribbon. I have this really cute ribbon with the little kitties, so I think I'm gonna use that. And I'm cutting a little bit more, I think, that I need. So we will place this ribbon just like that in here. Now to position this ribbon in place, I will use double-sided tape. Just to reinforce it just a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm not putting this all the way to the back, because when we apply this paper, you don't want to see the ribbon, or at least the double-sided tape peeking from underneath. So now let's position the ribbon just like this. And before I forget, let me do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, I'm trying to place it right next to this one, so it's on the same level. Oops, I don't want to put it upside down. Okay, just like that. And now we can glue the paper. Okay, again, when I position this, I'm trying to leave about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And let's make sure this all adheres. And now we have to finish this side. And this is not wide enough, but I think I'm gonna make it maybe a little bit bigger border and just use that. So let me trim this. I'm gonna cut this to 8 inches. And I will place it just like that. Okay, so the outside is done. Just like that. And now we will work on the inside. So for the inside, I will measure the paper that I have in here, and that's about 6 1/4. So I will take this, I will measure approximately 6 1/4. I will make it mark on both sides, just like that. So I got this little gizmo, but it is too small for me to make this circle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm still gonna make the circle even though it's too small. And now I need to add a little bit more. So I do have circle cutter, but last time I tried to use it, it didn't work out too good. So I am gonna just add additional 1/4 of an inch, actually 3/4 of an inch. And you know, there are actually other ways to do this. I could use the ribbon and mark it with the ribbon, and that would work. This one seems too high, quarter. Now, what we could also do is, I'm gonna take that ribbon. If we put something in here to hold it, and you could, so if I would put pin in here, just like that, I could actually use this ribbon if I put my pencil through it, just like that. I could also do this. So as you can see, I moved that, but let me just at least show you. So if I put my pin in here, I could go just like that with the ribbon, and you would get the circle too. So either way, you are able to do this. So now I will hide all of this, but let me just cut this circle out. All right, so let's see. That circle is too big, and that's okay, because now I can trim this just maybe half an inch or a little bit less with my knife, and we will have this little pocket in here just like that. But I'm not gonna do anything yet, because the pocket, I actually want to put some decoration on this pocket. So I am going to use this paper. Okay, just like that. And I will cut that out. Okay. So now I don't want such a big border in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trim this 1/8 of an inch approximately on both sides. Just like that. And now we can glue this. I want just a little bit of that border to be peeking from underneath. And now we can create our packet. So for the packet, I am going to apply just a tiny strip of glue only on both sides. Just like that. Okay. We got one packet done, and we will make 2 more. So this one measured approximately 6 1/4. So I will make another one approximately 5 inches. All right, and we will position this right on the top, just like that. But again, we're gonna cover this with something different. Little bit, we're gonna create a little bit of a contrast. So I will take some of my beautiful paper, and I think I'm gonna need 2 sheets, so I'm trying to see. I can probably use this one. So now, because we have our form cut out, you see, I want this hummingbird, so I will mark this way. Just like that. And now I'm gonna cut this straight down. Right here, approximately 1/8 of an inch smaller, since we need to create those layers. And I will cut out this circle. Okay, so let's try it. And I like it. Okay. And again, we're gonna glue this on top of it, but we're gonna apply the glue only on 2 sides. Just like that. And I like to keep this border because at least you can see it where the packet is. So now we will make one more, but I do have those really pretty, and this might be a little bit too small. I thought I can add this in here, but I still can for decoration. This would look also pretty, just a little touch of something, just to give this a little bit different look. I think it would look nice. But I'm not gonna do this right now. Let's make the 3rd packet. And the 3rd packet, we will make it, again, a little bit smaller. So I am gonna make approximately 4.5 inches. So let me take another cardstock, and I will make, just quickly cut this. It makes it a little bit easier. I was really hoping to put something like that on the inside, but it's not gonna work. Anyway, so we got this one, and I think I'm gonna use the same paper Okay. So if you cut this and you see that you still have or see a little bit of that pencil, just erase it. That's really no big deal. So let's try this. It's gonna look beautiful. I think I like it. So now, if you wanted, you could make it a little bit bigger to keep the same distance, but I think I like this. So you can tweak and change this design however you like it. It depends on your taste, on the paper that you are using. So, and here will be the third packet. So again, we're gonna put a little glue only on two sides. And we have third packet. Just like that. I really like this. So, you know, I think I am gonna glue this. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of glue, just kind of in few places. If you want it, you can also use the glue spreader and spread it that way. I think this will work. And I don't want to close this because I don't want to glue the packet. So let me put this in here. Just like that. Okay. So I am going to put this to the side to dry. And now we will use more of a cardstock. So we will trim this cardstock too. Okay, this is 8.5. I'm gonna trim it to 5 inches. 5 inches. Okay. And we're gonna do it 5 inches this way. So we are making squares, 5-inch squares. Five and 5. I think I'm gonna need one more. 5 and 5. Okay, so I have total of 5 of them. And now we will score at 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. So now we will fold and burnish all of the scores. All right, so we have 5 of them. Now, every one of them, we will create this little angle from the score to the edge on both sides. So as you can see, we will create almost like a little waterfall. I think this is dry. I think it just gives this extra touch. So on this side, we will create that waterfall. I don't know how many we will use, but we will start from the bottom going up, because I want the same distance on both sides. So if you want it, you can make this a little bit shorter, and that would be fine too. And maybe that's what I will do. Maybe I'm gonna shorten this just a little bit. So now I'm gonna trim this to 4 inches. So I'm gonna take away approximately half an inch on all of these. I think that they are just a little bit too tall. As you can see, we are designing this as we go, and I don't think there is anything wrong with that. I think it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So I mentioned to you that we will start from the bottom. So the last one, I will just cut it to 4 inches. So I'm cutting off more. I'm cutting off about 1 inch. So now the one that we cut off 1 inch, we will position it on the bottom just like this. And I will just glue this. Just like that. And now we will keep on adding the other pieces. Now you can make them straight corners the way they are, or you can make rounded corners. It's totally up to you. I will keep them as they are. So now I'm gonna put the glue only on that half an inch flap. Okay. I will line this up so it's nice and straight with the bottom portion of it. And we will glue it just like that. So this way you know that your sides are going to be nice and even. So now I have 3 more left. So I will see how many I want to use. Okay, can do it this way or this way. This would work. So now, because I lined them up already, I'm gonna make a little mark how I want to glue them, and I will proceed. So now let me line this up, fold it over and glue it. Now the next one, approximately the same distance. Okay, this will work. So again, I'm going to make it just a little tiny mark. We will cover that later on anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's line this up and glue this. All right. and we got one more left. So we do the same thing. Look at the spacing, and I like it just like this, maybe a little bit higher. You know, there are other ways to figure out the spacing, but this is one of the options. Okay, so if you want it now, you can erase it, but we will cover this. As you can see, we are building up waterfall. Now, for this, I will use some magnets, especially over here on the top one, because we will create a little closure in here. So I will take my thin double-sided tape, and I want to do this right now because otherwise I will forget. And I will just place it in here. Okay. So now we need to cover the front. And now what I want to do, I want to put some type of design on the front. And because we had those butterflies on this side right here, I think I will use something with butterflies to cover this front side. So right now this measures 5 by 4. So now, because I want certain design to be on the front, I am just gonna trim this. I also want that flower. So now it's gonna be 4 3/4. I'm sorry, not 4 3/4. This has to be 3 3/4 because the height is 4 inches. And now for the side, we need 4 3/4. And as you can see, I am gonna lose a little bit of a wing. So I am just gonna trim a little bit further, just like that, and I still have those butterflies, or hummingbirds, I'm sorry. So now this we can position on the top just like that. So now let's remove the backing. Okay, since we have magnet in here, let's be careful the way we glue this, but you do want to glue everything around the magnet, just like that. So now this one is done, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more papers to cover this. And I will use some of that also. So the width will be 4 3/4. The height will be 3 3/4. And I will need 2 of these. And I will need something else. I don't have any more butterflies left, but I want to stay within the same color, So I think maybe I'm gonna choose this one with a little bit of purple. So I want this side 4 3/4. Now it will be, I want this top 3 3/4 and one more 3 3/4. So now I want to layer them with solid color in between. I think this will just give nicer look to the finished piece. So I think I will layer it just like that. So now we can glue all these pieces with exception of the last one. The last one we won't glue just yet. Okay. So as you can see, we are covering all of our pencil marks. Okay. And that's what we have so far. Now, the last one, we don't want to glue it yet because we need to make some type of closure for this. And this is the reason why I put the magnet right here. And we will use another one for the closure. I have some of this paper left, which is the same as whatever we have for the back. And again, because we are using magnet, I need to cut strip, but it has to be a little bit wider so that that magnet will be trapped on the inside. So I am cutting 2-inch strip. I cut the wrong side. This is where the glue is. Okay. And I will layer this with something, with another color on the back. So I have a little bit of that left. So I will cut this to just a tiny bit less than 2 inches. So now, what we need to do, we will position this band just like this, fold it over towards the top. So over here, it doesn't matter how far you want to go. So I will just fold this. Let me crease it. Okay, that will be the band. And now we need to figure out where this magnet is gonna go. So what we will do, I will put that double-sided tape right underneath that magnet. Okay, just like that, but you want to put it on the middle of the tape. Now don't forget that the tape cannot be longer than your strip. So I will just trim it a little bit and here it is. So now we will position this way. I don't want to see anything underneath. And now we're going to line this up just like that. Okay, as you can see, we have magnet positioned. So now I will trim right above this magnet, and I want to trim it nice and straight. So let me line this up. And what you want to do, you want to keep in here, I'm trying to keep approximately 3/4 of an inch, not less than that, because I want to make sure that we can put and really tape this around really well. So now I am going to apply the glue from the score all the way around it. And you know, I forgot to remove the backing, which is okay. We remove it right now. And now we will glue this strip just like that. Okay, so let's squish it. All right, so now on this side, I am just gonna trim this off. Here you go. So now when we position this right here, and you see the magnet is gonna guide you where you need to glue this. So I don't like those sharp corners in here, so I will round them up at least a little bit. Okay. And now we can glue the bottom portion. As you can see, the magnet is holding this. So now I'm just folding this over and going straight down to glue this. Just like that. Okay. And now we can place our last piece on the top of it, just like that. All right. So here is our little folio. Now, you could be done at this point, but not necessarily, because you see on this side you got just everything blank, right? I think it would be great idea to put in here little cutout, and I will show you. Now, for example, I bought those little tags from Dollar Tree. There is a pack of, I don't remember how many of them, but there is a lot. And I don't know if they have silver one. These are gold. So I think it would be so nice to put something like that on the opposite side for little notes. So basically in here, you can put some pictures and you can have little description about the picture itself. So we can just glue this. If you want, you can cut something from white cardstock or white paper and just place it in here I think it would look beautiful. Picture in here with a little bit of a description. So since I got these, I will just use them. Now I believe this type of folio, you know, depending on the paper, what type of paper you are using, you can use this as a gift for somebody. If you have best friend and her birthday or his birthday is coming up, you can always make folio like this with little messages, or, you know, including some of the pictures maybe from the good times both of you had. You could do this for Valentine's Day using different type of paper, more of a Valentine's Day paper. I think that would be awesome. I think even this one is just beautiful. So this is the project. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy watching me making this. I think it came out cute. You have space to put some messages, little notes, something. You got plenty of space for the pictures with the little notes maybe you want to make. I think this is beautiful gift. And we will just tie it. So I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy watching me making this. I think it came just adorable. It's a beautiful gift for someone with little packets, little tags you want to put in. It has magnetic closure for the waterfall with a little note. You can put your picture here. Again, this is perfect for, I believe this is perfect for Valentine's Day. I think it's perfect for birthday, for your daughter, for your niece, for your friend. If you spend time together, you got some pictures. What a beautiful memory that would be. So I hope you like that. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit like button, share, comment, and subscribe. All those things really help my channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next video.